sorry. I haven't read Frost in a long time.
It's all right.
Do you like him?
What? Who?
Frost. Robert Frost?
Honestly, I just started to read that. It belongs to, it's a friend's.
It's one of my favorites. Two roads diverged in a wood, and
That's nice. Listen, do you usually go around and quote poetry to strangers?
No, only in airports. My ex-wife used to say that poetry was my mistress. She used to be afraid of finding this letter saying that I had run away with my library card. I guess she was right.
So are you running away with your library card?
No. But poetry is my mistress. Where are you going? Alaska? There's no one here.
I was looking for some peace and quiet.
Am I bothering you?
No, not anymore.
Listen, I'm sorry if I...
It's okay, I'm awake now.
Now boarding flight 111. Now boarding flight 111.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Your flight?
That? No. Actually, I'm flying into Newark.
What a coincidence. So am I.
Great. Listen, what time is it?
8:45. Why?
I was just thinking about the flight. Hey, listen, do you have any change, by chance?
Yeah, sure. Is this enough?
Yeah, I just need enough to make a phone call. Thank you.
Okay. That was quick.
Yeah. Wrong number.
Is there a problem?
No, not exactly.
Anything I can help you with?
No. Actually, yeah. Do you mind?
Listen, I'm sorry. Sometimes I like to think out loud.
That's great, you know, so do I. But I try to make sure that there's no one else around when I do it.
I don't mean to bother you.
It's fine. Just, if you wouldn't mind, think to yourself for a little while because I've got my own problems.
All right. You know, it's going to snow tonight. No, it really is.
That's great. I'm sure it is. Please.
Are you always this upset before flying?
I'm not going to be able to shake you, am I?
Probably not. You know, I've been on this flight before, and it still makes me nervous.
Yeah, it's just the distance.
But it's only a couple of hours.
I know it's not going to take long. It's not the time. It's the distance.
You don't really want to be on this flight, do you?
I don't know.
You know, every time I go to an airport, I wonder why the people are there, what they're leaving behind, what they're venturing to. And wherever you're going, it can't be that bad.
It's not that it's bad. I don't know. It's scary. It's scary.
Scary? Really?
Yeah, I mean, look, knowing what's going to happen to you, that's scary. Seeing your whole life just laid out in front of you, man, that's frightening. Imagine knowing where you're going to go, where you'll wind up, what you'll do when you get there. It's like it's a life sentence in a life that's already been made for you, and all you do is just serve it out.
I know, but it can't be as bad as you imagine.
How could you know? How would you possibly know?
Because I was young once. And I lived with my choices, and you move on.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, you do. You have no other choice. You put one foot in front of the other, and you move on.
Yeah, but aren't there things we do that transform everything else? Aren't there turns that we make that lead us toward regret? Haven't you ever wished for a chance to change just one moment of your life, to go back and make a right where maybe before you made a left?
No. I've always lived with my decisions. I've lived with my choices. I mean, that's what you do. You live life, you grow up, and you move on. I mean, do you really think you're going to run away from your choices and run away from your
I'm not
responsibilities?
running from anything.
Yes, you are. You're running away from your choices.
I'm not running from anything.
Forgive me, but that's what it looks
Yeah,
like
well,
to me.
that's not what it is at all.
Then what is it?
I'll tell you what it is. When I go to New York and I get off this plane and I set foot on those streets, every single one of my steps will already have been planned for me. I'll help run my father's shop and I'll eventually take it over because that's what's expected of me. I'll marry my high school sweetheart because that's what's expected of me. And I'll live happily ever after because that's what's expected of me. Or I could stay here.
And? If you stay here?
I don't know. My brother will probably help run my father's shop. He might even eventually take it over. Although most of my family would rather that I do it, but I just don't want...
You don't want the responsibilities.
I don't want that life. I don't want to be a businessman in a stuffy suit with as many options open to me as my family allows. You know, or maybe I don't want the responsibilities, or maybe I don't want their responsibilities. Or maybe I don't want to think about this anymore. Let's forget about me for a minute. What do you do?
I'm one of those stuffy businessmen with all the responsibilities that my family allows.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend...
No, it's okay. I've inherited my money, but I still have to carry on my family's work.
Now boarding flight 229, Miami to Chicago. Now boarding flight 229.
Have you ever felt cheated by that?
Sorry?
Have you ever felt cheated by that life? Like all these decisions weren't yours.
No, I haven't felt cheated. My decisions were always mine. You know, sometimes we play puppets, but we're our own puppeteers. Those strings, they've always been there. But we're the ones that are pulling them. You know the worst thing is? The worst thing is that when those strings are being tugged and pulled by our own fears rather than by our own desires.
You never felt trapped?
Yeah, many times. But you know what? We have to look for that key. We have to look in our pockets for that key.
Yeah. Is it ever that simple?
No. Sometimes it's even easier. But what if you stay here? What then?